take over.
All right. Good evening, wonderful people. Max morning, bosses and boss ladies. Tonight is indeed a very beautiful night, and we really thank God for how far He's brought us. Most importantly, we want to also thank Him for sparing us our lives, and then for taking us through our Thai activities, and then seeing us through all our human endeavors. A special mention to all bosses on the call, bosses and boss ladies, right from the nook and cranny of this entire global, where that we really find ourselves. Tonight, like my co-host chipped in, we are talking about how to build your max business. How to build your max business. And then building your max business really entails a lot. There are many of us who, at a point in time, wants to find their own way. They want to reinvent the wheels. When I talk about reinventing the wheels, I'm talking about they have really decided to do their own thing at the expense of what is duplicable. And so at every point in time, we try as much as possible to redirect our team members, especially our new people, our new partners, that this is indeed a business. It's a profession, just like any other profession. And then you will need the skills to work in every new profession. I go by this example. Right now, if we're invited, let's assume that you are a carpenter, okay? Or a plumber, or an engineer. And then you are invited to come to the hospital or come to the emergency center to work on people, to work on sick people. Do you think you can be able to work, as a medical doctor, as a nurse? Obviously, certainly no, because you have no skills and knowledge needed to work within such a facility. And that is why it is always important to plug into the system. Always join this training course, because we believe that once you have the skill sets, once you have the knowledge, you can be able to do this business and do this business very well. And that is why we keep emphasizing on training. So if you have really made time tonight, I salute you on the call. And I believe that you have really gotten your jotter, you have gotten your diary, most importantly. I prefer the diary to just any jotter or notepad, so that you can be able to pen down and write content, and then key strategies that will help you to build your max business to finally enjoy residual income. We have amazing speakers on the call, and time is fast spent. I wouldn't want to take too much time. I believe my co-host has really done a very great job, a yeoman's job, and then we are hitting the ground running right away. If you are ready and ready to fly, please type "I am ready" so we can hit the ground running. Let me see the comments coming. All right, thank you. Faith said, "I'm ready." Beautiful. All right, awesome, great. So let's hit the ground. Thank you very much, bosses, for the wonderful feedback. Now, the max business, like I pointed out, is indeed one of the best business opportunities that you can ever recommend to someone. But the very key message here is that many of us join this business, and then even when they attend their first training, which is the new associate orientation, leaders or mentors or accountability partner emphasize on the fact that there is the need to build a list. Now, in every business, there should be a list. In every business, in fact, there are lists. Now, the list serves as a roadmap. The list serves as a guide for you to be able to run your business very well. My auntie sells, some vegetables in the market, and then she always keep buying a notebook. So I keep asking, what do you really write in this notebook? Then she pointed out, she tries to keep an inventory of the vegetables she has really ordered or paid for. And then she would also know how much vegetables were sold or are sold every single day, so that she can be able to track the progress of her business. In another vein, you also open a notebook and you realize that she has also gotten, people who own her, people who borrowed from her, and imagine borrowing from a vegetable seller. All right, that's also fine, that's cool. So I realized that she has the list of people who borrowed or who came for this and they never paid. They who promised that they were going to pay. So she has a track record of every single person she's really. And then there are people who come to buy in bulk when the vegetables are in. And so she keeps the track record of all these things. In the same vein, I know a friend who also ran a boutique, one of the wonderful boutique, in town. And this man has almost all the potential customers and buyers, people who even enter the shop and leave without buying. He still tries as much as possible to get in touch with these people by getting their database or by getting their information, their names and numbers, so that he can also be updating them. What you came to ask for is really in stock. What you came to do in this business, or what you wanted, we now have them in stock. So why don't you pass by the boutique and then come and then pick those things you wanted? And so bosses, this is a synopsis. This is a summary of the need or the importance of getting a diary or getting a list. Now, it is not just a list. It should be an active list. This list is something that we keep adding and we keep reviewing every single day. But one challenge we have, one problem we have, amongst ourselves is that, when they are able to build, when every person starts the business and they are able to build the business to a certain point in time, then the challenge becomes they renege on the promise of what updating their list. They forget about constantly and consistently adding up to their list. And so immediately you start to, or you fail to update your list and add them to your list, you realize that as you continue to, call the people, you run out of prospect list. And then remember that the more you run out of prospect list, the more the anxiety, especially if you're a new associate. And then there are many of us who also think that there is the need to just keep, the prospective people or the prospective customers, people who would like our products, and then people who we think would join our business. We keep them, in our mind. That's what we call mental lists. Boss, having a mental list is very, very suicidal. I take it again, very suicidal, because you wouldn't be able to keep track of the people. At least you don't have a powerful memory that you can be able to record every contact and people you come into contact with. So it's very important that you have a very nice diary, you have a list written down. And then this list, that is why it is called building an active list. This list helps you to add up and to review and to also update people who told you perhaps they're not interested, people who said, okay, they'll later get back to you. Now, when you have this, it serves as a guide and it keeps you in check so that you can constantly add up. A typical example is that I remember I met a lot of, one day I decided to go to the shopping mall. I decided to go to the Malcolm and then any other public places. Now, there were so many people I met, but the challenge was that I picked their contacts, and then I saved them on my phone. I realized that I was slowing down due to the number of people I was meeting, and somewhere in the hurry, people come to the mall to buy stuff. Long story cut short, I decided to write their names on a piece of paper. By the time I got home, I had forgotten of the list on the paper, and I lost these people. Within a week, 1 week, 2 weeks time, I realized that these people had partnered with people and had come to the Max office to see the opportunity. I lost these people. The reason was that I wasn't able to really get their contact and then update my list. And today, some of these people are silvers, just like myself, and then the other people are bronzes, and one person is a gold associate. So imagine if I was quite disciplined with building and updating my list automatically, I would have been able to what to do. Now, you would also realize that in building the list, there is the need not to prejudge. You don't have to prejudge. The fact that you're adding contacts, the fact that you're adding, details of people you know, people you don't know, and I'll come to that, doesn't necessarily mean they are going to partner with you in your Max business. But there are many people, or there are many of us who keep postpone it there. These people keep, okay, this person will not do, I'll not add them. This guy, I fought with him. This lady, she's too low. So you see, we have already project, and as such, we lose these people. But remember, you are only trying to share your opportunity based on the person's need, based on that prospect. Then you offer your opportunity to him. So it's all about showing your opportunity and you thinking this opportunity can help the person because that person is very smart, that person is entrepreneurial minded, and that person has that entrepreneurial bone in them. And so building a list is very important. Now, because it is an active list, there's always the need to keep these things in check. And then you also cancel out people who reject you outright. So having a list is very, very important. And then there is also the need to partition your list. Now, when I talk about partitioning, I am talking about grouping your list. Grouping your list has to do with, separating them from what we call the hot prospects, the warm, and the cold. I take it again, the hot prospects, the warm, and then that of the cold. So briefly, just let me run through, then we'll also pave way for other amazing speakers to continue from where I left off, or if my co-host would also chip in something before we chip or before we invite the other speakers. Now, with the hot prospects have to do with people you have a very strong relationship with. In fact, you know them very well. They also know you. They include your family members, your best friends, and even some of your colleagues that you move day in and day out with. That is the hot prospect. So you partition and you caption it. So this is my list. You can see if you are watching. So this is my list. And you can see from this point. Yes, I keep adding, I keep updating. Okay, I keep adding to the other points. So you realize that having these things in check enables you to really continue talking to prospects. So the hot prospects, that is people you personally know, you have a strong and a tight relationship with them. And as such, those are the first category. The second category of people you have to look at is the warm prospect. So the warm prospects are people you see them from a distance. Somebody you know, but then you don't really have any relationship with that person. You only know their name or you know from afar. Okay, this person, I know her from church. Okay, this person, she stays within my area. So there's really no relationship existing between the two. You only know their name, but not their need. Are we together, bosses? Then the last category is what we call the cold prospects. So some people put their first timers, the first time, people you meet for the first time. And then there are many people who run out, they don't have so many people to talk to. Meanwhile, if they check on their contact list or if they turn on their radar, they can be able to pick a lot of contacts. So look, where do you find cold prospects? Now, finding cold prospects indeed has to do with going for, people, sitting in a taxi or in a truck, automatically you meet people in there, right? Yes, going for wedding ceremonies, going for, funeral services, going to church, and going to the stadium, going to the shopping mall. In fact, opening up people. One secret many of us don't know is that in this business, if you are the type who is always feeling reluctant, not that open type, okay, you easily smile, or you hardly smile, and then you don't really open up to people because you think that this person might embarrass you. Remember that these are the same people you will need, and so there's the need to professionally, be interested in people. Professionally be interested in people, not like so then you sell yourself cheap. No, but professionally find a way to really interact with these people, and then that's how you can be able to get their contact as well. So we have how to build your list online. Now we can build your list online using the social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, IG, I'm talking about Instagram, and maybe LinkedIn. Those are one of the sources, and that is also a full training on its own. And I believe in our subsequent trainings, we are going to delve much deeper into how to use your social media accounts. I know many of us are on Facebook and then IG. And so there will be another subsequent training on how we can be able to indeed find people over there and then interact with them, and most importantly, try to get their contact. And the other thing I also want to talk about is finding a way, okay, in order to expand and constantly. So with the online, that is how you can be able to what? Expand, find people online in order to help us build our list. And then we also have offline. So the offline would have to be with meeting people one-on-one, like I already pointed out. And so bosses, we have a lot of content to share tonight, and we would want to pave way for other speakers to take it from that point. All right, great. So the next to speak to us is no any other, he's the boss of the bosses, and today he's really going to talk to us. Boss there. Boss there, can you please hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, great. Do you have something to add before we invite other speakers?
Oh, okay. One quick thing that I will just add in a minute before we pave way for other speakers to come in is that a lot of people like myself, when I joined the business, okay, I had all my warm and then my hot people exhausted. Okay, when I say exhausted, I mean like I talked to all of them and none of them joined my business. Okay, so one thing that as a new associate, I'm supposed to let you know, or you're supposed to be aware, is that as you're building your list, never be so much attached that anybody that goes into your list is going to sign. Be very aware that most of the people who are very close to you, most of your friends, they will be on your list. They will be the first people you will speak with them, but they will not help you to grow your business, or they will not even join you. So the attention should be focused on just building the list by getting into the cold market. That is people that you don't have any relationship with them. And most of the time, people will ask me, what will I do? How will I be able to make friends with new people? If it is online, you have to make sure that you engage people, you comment on people's posts, you like or you love it, and then you do so many things to keep people eyes on you, okay? And then aside that, we are also supposed to, also the offline, that is comment on people. Once you meet somebody with a smile, you comment, and then this person will now be opening up to you. But note, one deadly mistake. If somebody smiles back at you or somebody becomes your friend the first day, it is not an avenue for you to present your business. It's a deadly mistake most people do, okay? So you can build a list, and in Max International, it is not build a list, it is building a list. It's a continuous process. Therefore, each and everyone who can hear my voice, with all humility, you have to make sure that at least every blessed day, you have a friend entering your list, and that is going to make you not run out of lists, and you'll be able to do your business very well. Okay, thank you very much, boss.
All right, thank you very much for this short information. All right, straight, we're moving to the next speaker. He's somebody I respect so much, and he's a gold associate. I'm a silver, he's a gold. And he's really created a gold and many other wonderful things in his business. Permit me to introduce the boss of the bosses. His name is Mr. Martin Dangmaa, a proud gold associate with Max International, who is going to speak to us on prospecting. And that is one of the common words we hear in this legacy business we're building. Boss Martin Dangmaa, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and let's hear from you. Hello, Boss Dangmaa. Yeah, I can see you online. If you can really hear me loud and clear. Please unmute yourself and share with us what you have to say tonight. Hello, boss. Okay, I don't know what's really happening. Okay, great. So if you can really hear me. All right. Let's proceed. Let's proceed.
Hello.
So yes, boss.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and very clear.
Okay. Max morning. Just to make sure that you can hear my voice, you kindly type Y so that I know you are all hearing from me. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. I'm really sorry for the few challenges that I encountered at the beginning of the meeting. Sorry, but I think everything is on course now. Yes. I thank Boss Obed for giving me this opportunity to interact with you. I'm really happy to be sharing information with you with regards to prospecting. And I certainly hope that at the end of this meeting, you are going to get value for your time, you are going to get value for the bundles that you are spending on this meeting. And it is something that is going to be awesome. Yes, as he rightly said, my name is Martin, a gold associate. And tonight, I'll be telling you about prospecting. In fact, prospecting, making the list, invitation, they go hand in hand. And now we are on prospecting. Now, he just talked about the prospect list, which is very important in our business. Without a prospect list, you can't do this business. Now that you have a comprehensive list, now what do you do with the list? You need to build relationship with your list. I just want to make sure that you can hear my voice. Boss Obed, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you very, very loud and clear.
That's good. That's good. So now that you have your list, you need to build relationship with the list. So basically, when we are talking about prospecting, we are talking about building relationship with your list and educating them as well. Building relationship and educating your list. Now that you have them, now you have to let them know exactly what you want them to do. So you have to build some kind of relationship. And just as Boss Obed said it, you see, it depends on the target or the category of prospect you are going to talk to, whether hot, whether warm, whether cold. Each category has the kind of relationship you build with them. Okay. And in building relationship with your list, you need to assume something. You need to have a posture. Posture is very critical when it comes to building relationship with people. You need to be confident with what you are doing. You need to go straight forward. Okay, go straight to your point. You need to be courageous in dealing with people, and this is one of the key requirements in building relationship with your people or with your list. And now people may ask, how do you build relationship with people? And even in building relationship, what at all are you looking for? You see, this is what we are looking for whilst building relationship with your list. You are in to get the need of your prospect. The most important aspect of it is that you have to know what your prospect wants, or what your friend in the list there wants. What does he want? So you have to know the need of the person. And now if you look at the hot list, the hot prospect, they are people that you already have relationship with them. You already know their needs. They are your buddy. Okay, you talk to them every now and then. You know their needs, and that is cool. And when it comes to the warm, you have relationship with them. You know them, but somehow you don't really know what they want. Okay, so there is the need to build relationship with them. Then if you look at the cold prospect, they are the strangers. Those people, you don't know them. You don't know their needs. So you have to build relationship in order to establish their needs. What do they want? You see, the problem we do encounter in network marketing is that sometimes we try to give people the wrong choice. We try to select something for them. We try to make choices for them. We don't find out what exactly they want, but we sort of, give them what they should take. And you see, if somebody doesn't need something, no matter what you do, the person is not going to actually succeed in it. The person is not going to give it his or her all. So first of all, you have to find the person's need by building relationship. Now, let me tackle, especially with the cold prospects, people that are strangers. You don't know them. They don't know you. Okay, how do you build relationship with them? What do you tell them? When you call them, what do you tell them after getting their numbers and wrote them in your list? Now, what do you tell that category of people? Here, a lot of people have problems with how to build that kind of relationship with them. And I just have some few, I have some here that we can actually use. I think it's helpful and it's going to help in our course. Then, now, if you pick up strangers, first of all, you have to know what they do. Find out what they do. What work do they do? Okay, and by doing this, you have to tell them what you do. In fact, all of us have professions. We have all been trained in several specialties. Okay, so we have professions. So first of all, when you want to find out about their jobs, you can tell them about what they do. So you can, for instance, I called somebody and maybe Mr. Kojo, then I called Mr. Kojo and I want to find out what he does. I will tell him, Mr. Kojo, I'm a medical professional and I work at Kumasi South Hospital. So I just want to know, Mr. Kojo, what do you do for a living? What job do you do? What work do you do? Okay, this is very important. You see, Mr. Kojo will tell me exactly what he does. In case he says, okay, I am a banker. Mr. Kojo is a banker. Yes, he's telling me his profession and the work he does. I said, wow, this is very terrific. Bankers, you people are doing very well. In fact, you are hardworking. Your work is tedious and you are doing a lot. Okay. And then I would also like to find out whether this banker, he has some time. Does he have some time in such a way that if I want to give him what I actually have, will he be able to do it? So I would like to find out. So in that case, I can find out about the time that he has after his work. So I can tell him that for me, maybe I go to work and at 8 and I close at 2. Looking at the nature of your job, Mr. Kojo, I know your job is stressful, but what time do you go to work? What time do you close from job? Okay, see, Mr. Kojo will tell me the time that he goes to work and closes. And this is very, very important. I'm doing this to actually find out that if this man actually has time, in case I introduce what I have to him, he'll be able to take it up. Okay, so now the next aspect, fine, Kojo tells me maybe he goes to work at 9 and closes at 5. Okay, so I'll be interested to know after 5, what does he do with that free time? Okay, So I can find out. So after work, Mr. Kojo, what do you do with your free time? Do you do something? In fact, they will tell you what they do. Okay, so I'm also trying to find out after that time, after 5 p.m. I want to know what he does and if there is time, to introduce what I have. So he will actually tell me. And in doing this, you see, you are building relationship. Okay, you see, under no circumstance will you encounter a new prospect that we say the cold prospect and start to tell him or her about your business plan without building relationship with the person. In fact, what we need to know is that people don't do business with strangers. We need to understand that. You see, the person will need, or the person has to actually have some relationship with you so that the person can trust you. Okay, if the person doesn't know you, in fact, he doesn't trust you, the trust won't be that much. And if you just rush to introduce your business opportunity to the person, that person will actually reject it. In fact, I'm telling you today that when I joined this business, I made a lot of mistakes. In fact, I made several mistakes. When I saw this business opportunity, I was like, wow, this will do for me. I found myself in the consulting room. I do meet people every day. I was like, this is a very nice opportunity to introduce this business to whoever that I meet. In the consulting room, I was having all categories of people coming in from different fields of work. I was having teachers. So when they came in, I would quickly look at the folder to see their profession. This is a teacher, this is a banker, this is that and that and that. So I pick out those people, and immediately after seeing them, when I look at the person and realize that the person is not critically ill and we can converse comfortably, then I go into like, oh, I have this business opportunity that I'm doing apart from, the work that I'm doing now. And it is lucrative, it's very good. So in fact, I actually want to let you see the business plan. And in front of me, and they know that I'm going to discuss with them in the consulting room. In fact, I don't actually have time, and they know that. So I wouldn't discuss it. But I would just invite them. By then, it was Golden Tulip. I was like, okay, so coming Sunday is Golden Tulip. It will be happening 2 p.m. I hope you'll be able to come. I said, oh, yes, I'll be able to come. In front of me, this person wouldn't say no because he's sitting in front of a doctor and he wouldn't say no to what the doctor is telling him. Okay, so he was like, yes, why not? I would come. But trust me, when it gets to Saturday, a day to the presentation, if once I made the call to confirm, I never had anybody. I never got anybody to my presentation. In fact, I would call and they're like, oh, doc, I'm the malaria treatment. I'm so weak. I can't even come. And some of them wouldn't pick. You see, I was doing it wrongly. I was meeting the people all right and inviting them all right, but I was not getting, the results simply because they were strangers. They didn't know me, just as I didn't know them. So they didn't trust me by then. And it was very difficult to attend that seminar. You get it? So these are the mistakes that we do make. When you have, especially your core market, you can't just start introducing business plan to them until you build relationship with that category of people. You build relationship with them, okay? And now, if you have found out about the way they do, the time they close, okay, the free time that they will get after work, you see, yes, you have something concrete. You write it down. You see, whatever they are telling you, please, you have to write it down. If you don't write it down, you will forget. Your prospect tells you that he closes, at 2 p.m. He goes to work 9, closes 2 p.m. You have to write it down, otherwise you will forget. And the next time you go to call that person, you are still finding out. You say, what work do you do again? And what time do you see? The person wouldn't take you serious So at that moment, you have to jot down whatever your prospect is telling you. And you see, if you are doing something and you are not willing to write it down, in fact, it's better you don't talk about it because you will forget easily. So this is it. Now, if you know all these, knowing about the time, their free time, the time they go to work, what they do, okay, all this, fine, you can, in some time to come, you can give them an invitation. That one will be talked by a different person. And you see, the next thing too, I call my friends, especially when it is the warm friends. Warm friends, we knew each other before, but there had been a communication gap. There had been a long time since we met, but now I don't know what they do. Okay, maybe for example, your senior high school mates, your former mates, even at the tertiary level, you have completed and it's about 4 years, 5 years now. You know them. They also know you, all right. But for some time, you've not been communicating. Okay, so you still don't know what they want. You don't know their needs. Okay, sometimes I reach out to them and like, hey, Mr. Kojo, it has been a long time. How are you doing? Okay, now what are you doing? What work are you doing? As I also tell him what I do, then the person tell me, like, okay, that's great. So, Mr. Kojo, how is life treating you? I mean, how is the job? And in Ghana, majority will complain that, oh, yeah, we are managing for the economy, for the work we are doing, but as a salary worker, it's not easy to make ends meet. I have to do this, I have to do that. And you see, when they are saying this, they are actually telling you what they want. If somebody is complaining about the economy is harsh, the economy is tough, I'm not making enough. In fact, I'm a teacher, I have to close from school. I need to go and handle so many extra classes before I can make out something. And you know that this person needs extra income. This person needs another source of income to add up to what he has. Okay, you see, you are identifying the need of the person. Sometimes you can call your people. I called a friend last week, and Dan, and it has been a long time since we interacted. And then when I called him, Dan was like, Charlie, it's serious. It's about my mom. My mom had that. My mom had the mom is diabetic with an uncontrolled sugar level. Is always spiking, going high. Dan was telling me, you see, at this particular moment, I could feel that Dan was so scared for his mom. Seriously, I could read that, from his speech. And he needed something because he was frustrated because he was going to the hospital. They were giving the mom insulin, they were changing the diabetic drugs and all that, yet he wasn't getting improvement. You see, so on this, I quickly noticed that I actually called Dan with the intention of introducing my business plan to Dan. But upon the relationship, I realized that Dan at that particular Hello, can you hear me? Boss Obed, can you hear me?
Yes, your line got disconnected for some few seconds and now you're back. You're back. So try and wrap up as you almost.
Hello.
Yes, boss.
But it's like mine keep on getting mute. I don't know why.
Oh.
But I hope now I can be heard well.
Sure.
Okay. So with regard to the prospecting, so you have to find the need of the person, and that is where my friend Daniel came in when I actually called him to introduce my business plan. But then I realized that he was talking about the mother's health, okay, who was diabetic with very high sugar levels and needed something. So at that particular moment, I was to give Dan products. I was to get products to Dan to give to the mom. And that was what Dan needed. After the mom is better, I can go on with my business plan. You see, all that I'm trying to say is that most of the times, the people we bring into the businesses that are not actually doing enough, some of them, it is because they don't need what we are giving to them at that particular time. So we need to find out what they want, okay? Find out their needs. And if we know their needs, then you hammer on it. There is a man that is telling you he doesn't have time, he's always stressing up, and he wants time freedom. You see, this person, whenever you want to introduce your business plan to the person, you have to hammer on that aspect. He doesn't have time, and you have a business plan that can give him time freedom. If he actually embraces it, he can get time freedom, in the future and all that. So once you know the person's need and you hammer on it, trust me, you are actually going to get people to join you and they will do well, okay? So at this particular moment, Boss Obed, I will thank you very well for giving me this opportunity as I give the chance to the next speaker to come on board. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Boss Martin, all the way from Kumasi. All right, thank you very much. So, boss, please kindly stick and stay glued to your PC or device so that after all the speakers are done, we could have questions or clarifications. Participants or bosses on the call would want to. So please don't go away. Stick and stay glued to your device. All right, thank you very much for the wonderful knowledge and strategies you've shared with us about prospecting. We are moving to the next important skill we need to know and we need to master. And I'm talking about the gateway skill in MLM or network marketing. So the next speaker to deliver or to share content and train us on is a very, very, very wonderful and marvelous boss lady who I really respect and admire a lot. And she is the CEO of Max Super, and all the way from East Legon. I mean, boss lady Vera Seyram, who is going to speak on the gateway skill, which is inviting, the need to invite. Boss lady, the
Hi,
floor,
boss.
it's yours.
Please, can you hear me?
Very, very, very loud and clear.
All right. Max morning, everyone. Thank you so much for making time to join us once again. We are very grateful. So I'm going to talk about invitation because Boss Martin has really taken time to talk to us about prospecting. My work has been made very simple. So most of the time we make mistakes by trying to beat around the bush when it's time to invite someone to take a look at our opportunity. Invitation is as simple as it is. You are inviting the person, you are making an offer to the person to come and take a look at something. So it is not our job to drag anyone, to confuse anyone, to convince anyone, nothing. You just need to present an opportunity to them because you know that you're holding maybe diamonds that you're offering to someone, and you don't have to talk too much to convince that person to come and look at what you're offering them. Today, I'm going to try my best to talk in simple terms for everyone to understand what I'm saying, and I'm going to be very, very brief about it. So like I said, you don't have to confuse anyone. Let's take it as the invitation to someone to come and take a look at the business. Let's look at it as you having a birthday party or you inviting someone to your wedding, okay, you're not going to give details of what is going to happen on that day to the person you are inviting. The best you can probably do is to just tell them about the dress code. Maybe if there's any color choice, you inform them about it and the time they are supposed to be there, and that's it. All they know is they are coming for your wedding on this day at this time in this color, and that's just about it. They will not know what suit your groom is going to wear or what the bride is wearing, how many bridesmaids, nothing. Same thing as your birthday. They don't know what color of cake you're going to have, the decoration in the room that day, nothing. All they know is they are coming to your birthday party. So when they come there, they are expecting a party. It's the same knowledge that we have to transfer into inviting people to come and have a look at our Max business opportunity. If sometimes if you're not careful and you try to talk too much, you know, sometimes we even spoil the show for the people before it even starts. Because if you're inviting someone to the BOM, right, and you are already talking about the ways of earning, you are already spoiling it for the person. It's like giving a movie a trailer details to someone before the movie really comes, or you've watched the movie and you are giving a spoiler. You are just spoiling it for the person. All you have to do is to let them know that, because during the prospecting stage, you have found out their need, you know they need this opportunity, and that's it for you. All you have to do at this stage is that you have your posture, you have your confidence, you just go ahead and find out when it will be convenient for them to make time to have a look at the business opportunity. And unfortunately or fortunately for us, during this COVID era, we are not having physical meetings at the offices to have the BOM, the business opportunity meetings. Everything is happening online now, which is very simple and really convenient for everyone. So all you have to do is, if there's a BOM happening on any day, you get back to your prospects, ask them if this time is convenient for them, because at this time, the professionals in the business would be giving a full detailed explanation of what we do in our business. You don't have to stress yourself too much. And even if there's no live BOM going on, we have the recorded versions on YouTube, the Max channel on YouTube. You can just go there and copy the link of any of the presentations and send to them. The most important thing is you find out what time is convenient for them, for you to send them videos to them or invite them to join the live calls, and what time they'll be done watching and what time you can call back. Once you find out all these things, you can just go ahead, send it to them. When they are done watching and they have 1 or 2 questions, then you can handle it or get them connected with an app line to close it for you. It's as simple as that. I don't know how to explain inviting, because most of the time, some of us don't even follow the steps. Like Boss Obed said in the beginning, there are things, it's building, it's not how to build, it's a process, it goes on. There's ways we do things, but sometimes people try to create shortcuts, you know, reinvent their own wheels. You meet someone, you talk to them, and you are then calling an upline to close them. But the person has not even seen the opportunity you are talking about. You need to go through the procedure to make things very easy for yourself and to be very professional. Because if you meet someone and you haven't done the prospecting to know whether this person is interested in the business or this person is going to be an associate or a customer, and you haven't shown the video to the person and you're just going straight to closing with an upline, it's not professional. So it's as simple as that. This is how you invite. And some of the times, if we were having this thing, okay, we can still do it now, okay? when you invite someone to the online seminars, the next thing to also do is to forward the person's name and contact to your accountability partner to confirm the invitation for you. Even though it's online, you send the details to the person to confirm that there's a live call happening at this time and this partner has invited you. So we calling to remind you that you have an appointment online. It works, even though it's not physical meetings. This one also works. And the last thing I'll talk about is the objections that you probably have if you invite someone to have a look at the business opportunity. They might probably say, oh, just wrap it up for me. You've been in it for long and you know whatever they are going to talk about during the presentation. So just sum everything up for me. It can be tempting to do it because sometimes the person comes off as very serious and their blood is boiling, they are ready for action. So when they give you that opportunity to explain the business to them, you might be tempted to, but please bear in mind, okay, let them know that the expert would explain everything on the call. And besides, if you should go ahead and if they're asking you to tell them what to expect on the call, it's like they're asking you for a haircut over the phone. It's not possible. It has to be face to face. It has to be done. You can't give someone a haircut over a phone. Okay, you let them know that you don't want to mess things up for them. You don't want to say anything. And then in the attempt of helping them, you rather end up confusing them. So you will just plead with them to spare few minutes of their time to join the call. And trust me, sometimes we think that those will be saying, oh, no, I don't have time. If you've been presented with an opportunity that is going to change your life, the life of your family, friends, strangers, a lot of people, your generations to come, and you're saying you don't have 30 to 1 hour to listen to it, and this one is not even going to the office, traveling anywhere, it's from the comfort of your home, and the person keeps insisting that I don't have time. We have pre-recorded ones. The person still says, I don't have time. Then I think the message to you, the associates talking to this person, is pretty clear. So you just move on to the next person while still keeping in touch with them. So these are the few things that I'll have to share for now. For the sake of time, I can't talk too much. This what I have to say. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you got value from what I shared. Take care.
Wow. We really had value for time spent with you on, throwing more lights on invitation, the gateway skill in our business. Moving straight to the next speaker, he's really going to train us or share content with us on following up, and following through. To help us do this is Mr. or Boss Michael Amofa, popularly known as Opinto. Boss, I see you and I like your outfits and then your hats. All right, so without wasting my time, Mr. Michael Amofa, the proud gold associate with Max International, is really going to train us on following up and following through. Boss, if you can hear me, please take over.
All right, Max morning, everybody. My name is Martin Amofa. Yeah, I have to correct you. It's not Michael, it's Martin Amofa, also known as Opinto. Yeah, we are both Martin, yes. Very good. So I'm going to handle a very important point, that is following up and flowing through. And kudos to my previous presenters. You've done very, very, very well. Actually, it's mind-blowing to know that a time like this, we all share experiences. Most of us even know more than we do here, but it's just nuggets that we have to always add on. We like adding on so that we get myriads of experiences for the whole business. So we just want to move fast because of time already spent so much. So following up is very important aspect of our business because it starts from day one and ends until the time the person decides to join the business. It's a very important act that we can't downplay it in this business. So if you are an associate listening to us, you must understand that this skill is something that you must master all the time, because somebody will listen to the opportunity. The next thing you are expecting the person to say is yes, but your goal is to turn all those people who are saying not now to just now, because most of them will say, oh, not now, you're not going to hear from me. Oh, you hear from me like very soon, giving you time, but your goal is to turn all these to just now. I'm signing up just now. But one thing you must know is in follow-up, not everybody who says just now are those people who just say yes or who will sign up. You have to be able to know the kind of people you are talking to. And mostly, one mistake that associates we do is we categorize all of them like they are all the same. They are categories of people we usually expose our business to. Most of them, or let me say, they are into say quadrants, like the clock quadrant. There are some people at the 3. Although they have needs, but they can fix their needs. The people at the clock quadrant of 6, they also have needs, and even their family members know they have needs, but it's difficult to face them. And those are the clock quadrant of 9. Those are the people who have greater needs. And for any exposure, even a single exposure, they can just say, just sign me on. So a query will say that the most frustrated people in MLM are those people who just see the opportunity for once and they say, I will sign up. Because what they expect always is that they always expect the mass to also follow suit. Because they saw the opportunity for once and they said yes, they want everybody to also say yes, but it's a mistake. So what you have to do in following up is that you are doing it, making sure you are exposing the guests to the opportunity. You keep on exposing them until they make the final decision that I will join your business. So in my presentation, I'll just categorize my presentation into 3: the before the exposure, during the exposure, and after the exposure. You are exposing these people to the opportunity. But one thing you should know is you shouldn't be needy. There are some postures that we always post that it makes the guests feel that we need them. No, please. It's so wrong to let them know that we need them. What we are doing that we are showing them an opportunity. They have listened to the opportunity. They've been invited to see a BOM. They finished watching the BOM, or they've seen an online presentation. The next thing, they want to take a decision whether to say yes or no. But the way we post ourselves, as if they don't join, we are dead. Please, we should have a strong posture like Vera said, and always making sure that we let them know that we are only showing them opportunity. And when you want to do that, always book a time. If you want to follow up, you don't just wake up one day and call the person that, hey, I want to follow up on you. No. Always you must schedule time for the exposure. And in scheduling the time, you must be able to confirm the time. So you tell the person, say, call on Saturday. You must ask from the person. So if I should call on the Saturday, will I be able to reach you? Okay, the person say yes. Then you say that, so what time on Saturday should I call you? The person says 12 o'clock. Okay. Then you as an associate who want to expose this new guest to the opportunity must make sure that when the time is due, you call the person. Some people will say 12 o'clock, or guests will say 12 o'clock, and associates will wait until about 5 o'clock before making the call. And when we keep on doing that, you understand the first impression, we are lost in the first place. So this is what we should know before the exposure. During the exposure, what we are just doing in following up is we want to find out if there are lockets on field, if there are potholes that were on field during the first presentation. So what we are doing is we want to show them more tools. Like we want to show them our products, we want to show them our company event, we want to even link them up to a third-party credibility or a third party or a team leader. So we are just showing them our tools so that we get to know of where they didn't get the information. Because one thing about the guests, what they are looking for is that they're already messy, excuse my word, like they want something to fall on because life is not all that well for them. They want something to fall on. So what they're expecting is that you give them something that will show to them that, okay, when I come to join you guys, that's why there are several occasions, somebody invites somebody to a presentation and the person end up signing with somebody. Why? Because the person sees the person introducing the business to the person as somebody he cannot trust so well, right? He's now having the necessary skills to be able to coach him up to success, right? So what we have to do is we must equip ourselves with the various tools so that we use them very well, so that the guests can take decisions. And in doing so, in showing them the tools, there will be time that the guests will come up with objections. And a lot of objections that come up, like I want to tell my wife before, I have no time, I have no money. All these objections, you must arm yourself to be able to answer them. And they are just 4 steps where you just have to listen, relate with them, tell stories, and ask questions so that you can book the next exposure. So after the exposure, what you have to do is you have to always confirm the next exposure. When you are meeting somebody for a coffee break or something like that, or you are exposing the person to an opportunity or something like a follow-up, what you have to do is you have to be sure that you book the next exposure. Please don't be in a haste to close the person. You always have to book the next exposure. Book the next exposure, exposures upon exposures until the person can say yes to the opportunity. And averagely, it takes about 4 to 6 exposures before somebody can take heed to what you are saying. And even in social media, it will take you about 15 to 30 exposures before somebody can say yes to your opportunity. So we have to be patient in doing that. And in an event that somebody stood up on you, you call the person doesn't pick, don't worry. Just call the person. If the person remain recalcitrant to you, in quotes, please, all that you have to do is you can send a message to the person, oh, you are sorry for worrying them at this moment. You can gather it that they are not ready for the opportunity now, but anytime they are ready, your doors are widely open. It's so good. I believe you're all hearing me. Yeah, so I'm wrapping up by saying that don't be angry with your guests. Always make sure that you give them what they want, because you'll be asking. You have to ask them more questions. You have to ask them more questions so that they can get you on the same page. They get educated, they get enlightened, so that they can take a decision. And when they say yes, some people, if they follow through, the person gets to say yes, then the person has finished the job. Please, that is not it. When the person say yes, keep on exposing the person again until the person sign up to the business. Even after the person has signed on to the business, keep exposing the person, keep following up until the person succeed in the business. Keep exposing to the person until the person build the organization that is going to yield a lot of successful associates. So on that note, I just want to end here and just telling you that follow-up is very important. We should not underestimate it. And the follow-up is not only for prospects, it's also for customers, and it's also for our team members. It's very important. Some people, they think customers don't need to be followed up. It's very important because it's also a facet of our business. They have taken your product, you need to follow up on them if they are having some detox symptoms. All those things you need to find out, to know, so that they will feel that you care about them and you maintain the relationship that you started some time ago until the end. The person, even after becoming a customer, can also become an associate along the line. So trust me, with follow-up, you are going to make it in this business, and glory shall be all ours. Thank you very much, Mr. Obed, for having me this time. I believe I was able to share something for something to be written on papers. All right.
Thank you very much, boss. I really salute to you. Yes, I am on.
Good.
Thank you so much. In fact, I really salute you for unveiling. Some of us even thinking that once automatically you have ended the following up process. Thank you very much. And then we would later get in touch with you if there are further questions. All right, we are moving straight to the next, key topic within our business and then within the process called third-party credibility. And without wasting much time, I humbly invite and unmute Boss Melchisedek Owusu, a proud silver associate gold loading all the way from the oil city, Tagrade. Orekodo, Boss Melchisedek, the floor is yours. Hello, Boss Melchisedek. If you can hear me loud and clear, please unmute yourself and then speak to us. Oh. All right. For time's sake, if you can't really hear me, Mr. Melchisedek, I think we'll move straight to the next speaker. But before the next speaker comes in, we want to throw more light on a little light on third-party credibility. That is very key, ingredients within our Mark's business. Boss Desire, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can hear you, boss.
Great. Kindly wrap up on third-party credibility. What basically you know about credibility and what participants or bosses on the call should take home.
Okay, thank you very much for the short time. Before we will actually get Boss Melchisedek, what I would want to enlighten each and everyone on this call is that third party is very, 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 very important. Okay, most of the times you follow up and then it's like the prospect or your guest knows everything about you, and then that person needs another thing to take him to another level. Okay, so what is going to take the person to another level is what we call third party. Okay, so what exactly is third party? Okay, so third party is any other thing apart from you, okay, or any other thing other than you that will help your prospects or that will help your guests whom you want to share this opportunity to actually be moved from where he is to another level. Okay, and when we are talking about third party, it could be so many things. Me, when I joined the business, what I thought or what I knew about third party is calling an upline or calling my diamond leader to just come in and speak with my guests. But I got to know that when we talk about third party, a lot of things come into play. Okay, I can see that we have our boss Melchisedek back on the line. I don't know, Boss Melchisedek, can you hear me? If you can hear us, just kindly unmute yourself and then let's know that you are on. Okay. Okay, it's like Boss Melchisedek is back. Please, boss, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself. Okay. So he comes in. It is any tool or anybody that can be used as a third person to actually come in to move your guest from one level to another level. So what is third party and how can it be done properly? One thing is that if you don't use the third party credibility very well, you can lose your guest. But if you use it very, very well, you can also get your guest to sign on. Okay, so when we talk about third party, it could be, let's say, your guest or your prospect has seen the whole thing. He's so excited about the opportunity. He has some objection or some things that can actually prevent him from signing, okay? And you have given in your all, especially our new associate on this call. Sometimes you don't have much ideas. All that you know is some of the videos that you've shared with the person, and the person needs something more to move him to the next level. You can use your upline. Third party can be your upline, whereby, let's say the guest or your prospect says, I don't have money, I don't have time, I am busy, look at the nature of my work, I cannot do this thing. This is whereby you are going to let the prospect actually know that there are some people who are doing the business who also have the same challenges, but they have been able to do this business with the little that they have, and today they have been able to do the business successfully, okay? So if the prospect is open to look at or to talk to this person, for example, the guest, your prospect or your guest has told you that I love the opportunity, I want to get started, okay? So this is the time you can actually call in your boss or your mentor or your upline to also come in and then add more credibility to yourself and then to your business. When we say third party, it can be done in different ways. Because of time, I'm just going to talk about some few things. It can be done on a call, whereby you visited your customer or you visited your prospect, and your prospect has seen everything. Right now, it is time for him to make decision. He has some questions which you think you cannot answer, or you don't want the whole thing to be you. You want another person to come in. You call your boss or your upline, and then you let your upline know about your customer or your prospect, okay? And then you also talk to the customer or your prospect about your boss, okay? And then your boss comes in as a third person to repeat almost the same thing that you have said to actually make meaning. There is a saying that where two people confirm one particular thing, it becomes truth, or it sounds reasonable in the mindset of the person. And aside making a call with your upline or your mentor, it can also be a tool. Most associates don't use the tool. For example, we have my Mac Story videos of various diamond leaders, okay? So if your guest is saying that, oh, I am a doctor, I cannot do this, you have Dr. Brightred, who is a crown diamond. You can play a video by Dr. Brightred to this person. Oh, this is one of the top earners in our organization. He actually didn't have time. He was also very busy with the consultation room, but he found out ways to do this business. And today he's a crown diamond. Listen to his story. You share more nuggets with the person, and trust me, this person will now be moved to the next level. It can be videos. Let's say your customer is saying he doesn't believe the product. He is not sure whether the product will work. Your guest is not sure whether the money is real. You can send somebody's paycheck or show him somebody's paycheck, somebody's testimony, to build more credibility to what you're doing, so that always your guest will have the solid interest and then will be able to sign up, okay? So I wouldn't want to take much time. I would just want to pave way, Boss Obed, for the next speaker to continue. If we have Melchisedek too, he can actually take place.
All right. Thank you very much, Bodizaya, for the wonderful knowledge and strategy you've shared with us on credibility. We don't know whether Boss Melchisedek's line would want to move to the last speaker. Then I think later, we could give him some minutes to add up and then round up the whole thing. All right. So, two common importance of third-party credibility is that it connects the prospect or the customer to somebody bigger. Very, 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 very important. And then the other thing is that it adds more credibility to the call. Because once there's a third party, and then you've edified, and I talk about edification, I'm talking about how you've really introduced, okay, your leader on the call. The prospect or the customer, takes away the wax within the year and then listens to your leader because he knows he's a successful leader, and then they are ready to listen. So, bosses, we move to the next speaker. And if you can really hear me very, very loud and clear on this call, please type WAP, type WAP. I want to see you type WAP, type WAP, WAP, WAP. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. You're almost running up with our call tonight. Keep that coming. Thank you very much. Keep typing, keep typing, keep typing. I want you to flood the chat box with WAP, 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 WAP. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you, bosses, for the wonderful feedback. Now, it is time for the Diamante General, the boss of the boss, and the CEO of Max Tugumiso. And you know what I'm talking about. Yes, he's such a very fantastic leader, and then everyone loves him. You have goosebumps all over your body. And then I am really not, trying to impress or to, speak a lot of mind-boggling or mind-pestering, comments about him. You yourself have had an encounter, and if you are really new on the call, he is ready to speak to us. He is ready to speak to us. All right, so a lot of speakers have spoken tonight, amazing speakers, great nuggets, wonderful content, and he is going to put an icing on the cake. I take it again, an icing on the cake. Tonight, we are privileged to have the Diamante General, Diamond Boss, Williams GYIMAH, Wapmaster, to speak on the most important skill among this, which is closing. Boss Wap, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and speak to our hearts. And
all right, Max morning. I hope you guys can hear me. How are we all doing? Max morning, everyone. If you can hear me, if you can see me, I want you to type WAP so that I know my audio and video is good. All right, wonderful, wonderful. I hope we are all doing good. So I am very proud and excited about the delivery that we've had today. We had brilliant speakers, and I'm very excited on how they were able to handle the way we build our business. And these are people that I can attest to the fact that they are really building the Max International business solidly and very well. See the way they spoke, all of them. And I want to say hand to head, I salute all the speakers all the way from wherever they are on. We have Obed, we have Princess Vera, we have, we couldn't have Melchisedek, but we had Martin, Dangmaa, we had Opinto, we had Chris Desire. So we had great presenters today, and I'm very excited to wrap it up. So what I'm going to talk about is closing. If you are building a business like our Max International business, the part that they spoke about, getting the list, it's very important. So I suggest that all the notes that you wrote down, you can go through it. If you get a recording too, you can go through it all over again. Then after writing your list, you need to invite. You call and invite them. That's very important. What we are doing here at Max International is we are business partners of the company. What we do is we help Max International to grow. And if the company is growing, the company has 8 brilliant ways of paying us. So if you don't help Max International to grow, do you think the company should pay you? Of course not. How do you help the company to grow? By helping people to become like you, by getting business partners for Max International. We do get people who will buy from us, or people who buy from Max International with our ID as preferred customers, or people who buy from us as customers, that we get retail profit from it, or people who join us to build a business and do what we are doing. That's all. And then of course we will get people who will say no for now or never. It's also part of the business. So in doing these things, all of us have visions and goals that a time will come that we'll be able to build a large organizations. We help Max International to grow. If not that, Max International will look for sales agents to now sell the product, but the company is looking for business partners to what, build a network of consumers, not a network of retailers. So we have to acquire some skills as entrepreneurs. We need to acquire skills to be able to speak to people, to brand ourselves better, to be able to call ourselves business partners of Max International. Now, acquiring these skills, some of these skills and the trainings that you need is what we have put together today for you, called Building Your Max Business. That is why it's very, very important that you consider all the things that they said as very important. Then writing your list, inviting, prospecting actually first, then you invite. Prospecting is like looking for the gold. Invite them to see what we have. Once they've seen it, that through their presentation or video, all those things they said. The next thing too is you call and follow up, just like Opinto brilliantly delivered. Then you move to third party, okay? Melchisedek had brilliant presentation. I'm sure the network was a bit of challenge. He came to Accra and then he was going back, but he has arrived. So hopefully we'll be able to get him to say something before the end of this training. Then after the third party and you go into handling objections. An objection is anything that prevents someone from joining Max or anybody from deciding to do the business. So objections can be someone telling you that he doesn't think he has money or he doesn't think he'll succeed in the business. So it's a wall blocking the person from joining you. So another objection can be that the person is saying he doesn't think that he can succeed, or he doesn't have money, or he doesn't have time. Any reason. It can be some shady reason. Someone said his dog is dead, his car has broken down, there's a funeral in his family, his great grandmother's father's junior brothers, sisters, uncle is sick, all those things. People have reasons, okay? And to them, their reasons are genuine reasons why they shouldn't use your product or they shouldn't do the business that you are doing. They don't know now, so you help them to know, all right? So if someone tells you that he doesn't have time, it doesn't mean that he doesn't have time to do the business. It means you've not shown them why. You've not shown them why they should find time to do your business. If someone says that they don't have money to join Max, it doesn't mean they don't have money. It means you've not shown them why they should find money to do the business. So you need to find them why they should find time. Then how will you find the why for them? You now have to give them stories, examples, reasons why they should find the time. Let's say someone is a very busy teacher. He teaches 3 schools and he's so busy, stressed and all those things. Let him know that he doesn't need all the day in a year, all the hours in a day or the minutes in a day to be able to build a business. He can build it part-time, and gradually a time will come that he doesn't have to work 3 schools before he will get something to take care of his family. It is very, very important. People have to know why. Someone says he doesn't have money. It doesn't mean he doesn't have money. This same person, if he gets a car, let's say his dream car is a Range Rover, and to buy a Range Rover, he needs 1,000 Ghana cedis. To buy a Range Rover, someone is selling it to him 1,000. Good Range Rover, it doesn't have any problems. A Range Rover can cost maybe $100,000, $50,000, $100,000, all those ones. But the person says just 1,000 Ghana cedis. Come and take, he's traveling, he needs money. You think your prospect that says he doesn't have 499 cedis, do you think he will say he doesn't have money? When the person has given him a deadline of 24 hours, your prospect will get them 499 cedis or the 1,000 cedis in less than 2 hours. What has changed? Nothing has changed. The zeal, the passion is what changed. The same person, the same human being, the same money, but the passion, the mindset to do the business or to find the money has changed, because now he's placing value on what he is going to buy with 1,000 Ghana cedis. What he's not placing on is that he doesn't think the business is worth more than 1,000, or he doesn't think the business is worth like a Range Rover, until you let him know that this business, a time will come that your monthly income can buy a Range Rover every month. You see, they don't know all these things, so you help them to understand and unlock that potential. So it is very, very important that we take all these things into consideration, because our prospects, they have genuine reasons. You had a genuine reason why you shouldn't do the business. I had reasons why I shouldn't do the business. Even I told my uncle that I'm going to start this business. He said, our family, we are not born to be rich. That's what he told me. But later I realized that he was talking about his own life, not my life. So don't let someone else decision. Imagine I had believed my uncle that he said this type of business is for the Accra people. That's what he told me. It's for those people who have money, all those people who are in East Legon. And I told him one day I'll also be staying in East Legon. And it came to pass because I had made that decision. So, right? So after third party credibility, one more thing I want to talk about third party is that when you are doing third party, it's like you are getting someone to help you. A third party can be a selfie with any leader, a video with a leader, picture, all those videos, anything to help you. So a third party is someone else other than you trying to help your prospect get involved in the business. So third party doesn't necessarily have to be someone talking to your prospect all the time. These are some of the mistakes that some of us also make. And third party, we send a list of people to our upline to now call the prospect for us. That thing doesn't work. It's a very big mistake that doesn't work. I hope all of us don't make this mistake. All right. Now closing. Closing starts from the beginning. Before you start prospecting, closing starts from there. So for example, let me start from offline closing. So let's say there's a BOM happening, business opportunity meeting, and you are in, maybe you are called Mr. Gbazuke, you are in some Volta region somewhere, or you are in Abetifi somewhere, and then you are the guru there, and the presentation is happening. So once you start the presentation and the prospect walks in, the closing starts from there. They see the ceiling fan, they see the AC, they watch the person talking, the MC, the person's tie. All those things they watch, and they see cobwebs. They see that the fan is not even winding well. The projector is not working with the laptop. It's for all those things. It is on closing the prospect before, because you are going to all these things. You are talking about $30,000 in a classroom. You don't have projector. Your laptop is not working well. You are not able to find even 100 cities to rent a hotel apartment to talk about a business you so passionately say that it's face. All right. So closing starts from the beginning. The time you hit up a prospect on WhatsApp, on Google, on wherever, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you, Instagram, LinkedIn, most important. Once you send a person message, they start checking your profile. That is where the closing starts. They start checking what you've been posting, how you even think. They start seeing your profile picture. That is where the closing starts. So the closing will not start when the person has seen everything. No, it starts the time, because they are going to give in to you. They are going to believe that you will be able to deliver what you are saying or not. All right. It is very, very important. Closing starts from the beginning. It's not at the end. That is something that I want you to always notice. The next thing too is when you're closing, you need to be very confident. You need to be bold and confident. You need to understand that this is a business that can transform the person's life. Don't be fidgeting. Don't be sad. Don't be angry. Don't be expecting that anyone you talk to about Max will say yes. See, unless you are Jesus Christ, that you touch 12 disciples and they all say, join me, they'll all become your disciples. Even that one of them will betray you. So it doesn't happen like that. So you don't touch 12 prospects or 10 prospects and they all sign up. You need to understand that there can be a possibility that they will say no for now. And then you follow up through it, just like Opinto said. Now, believing that they will sign up, you need to have that posture of not being desperate. A desperate network marketer is not nice. A desperate associate doesn't look attractive. It's like a desperate dog when you dangle, maybe you dangle bone in front of them. It's not nice. So don't be desperate. When you are desperate, it's like you are begging the prospect. You are trying to convince. You are trying to drag. You are trying to beg them to get started. No, you need to be very confident to invite to show them that the business can help. And now, see this business, okay? See this business as see it as a box of diamonds, okay? Anytime you give one diamond to someone, the box of diamonds duplicates. And let's say you give one diamond to someone, you get two more in it. You give one to someone, you get two more diamonds. You give one to someone, you get two more diamonds. Will you go around throwing your diamonds away? No, you'll be so comfortable. You'll not be throwing diamonds to people who don't need it. So you give it to people who need it only. It's very, very important, right? So that is closing. Now, when you're closing someone, you need to be very confident. They've seen the video, they've seen the presentation. Now, ask them, what do you like best about what you've seen? Don't say, what do you think about it? No. Human beings are programmed to think negative first. So say, what do you like best? So that their mind will be positive. They will think about positive first. So what do you like best about what you've seen? The product or the business or both? Now they say, oh yeah, I like the product. Good. Then they say, oh yeah, I like the business. Good. If they say, oh, they like both, they say, good. That's why you also started. You like the product, you like the business. Then you ask them, when do they want to get started? Today, tomorrow, or within the week? You see, give them that close-ended thing. Don't say, are you interested? That yes or no question. It doesn't work. So if you are fond of doing that, stop. It doesn't work. I have made those mistakes before. People made those mistakes. We learned and we're able to see progress in our business. Don't ever ask someone, are you interested? When you go and buy a shoe at Mokola or a boutique, do they ask you, are you interested? They will just clean the shoe, open it for you to be wearing it. You don't wait. That's the same thing you have to do. I'm not saying go and collect the prospect ID and sign them online before you ask them for payment. No, but ask them, when should we get you started? Once they are done with the video and you ask them, which one do you like? He said, oh, I like the product. Do you like the business? He says, I don't like the business. I don't like money. He said, good, good, good. So which one should we try you on? Which one do you want to get tested on the product? Which one do you want to get tested? Then you pick a form if it is a physical one. If it's online, then once he says that he's interested in the product, then he said, good. Then I have a short video of the product. You send it to him. If he has it to fine, then ask, when do you want to get started? When do you want to get the product? I can get a dispatch rider to bring it to you tomorrow morning. You see, have that posture. Have that posture. Attack the thing like you know what you are talking about. Don't be asking, do you want to sign up? So the person will be thinking, hey, some people can not sign up. No, just let them feel like you have rabies. You are very excited. You are just talking and excited, and you want to get them involved in the business because of what they will get. All right. Also, when you are trying to close someone, don't be seen with $sign in your eyes. Seeing $sign in your eye means that you blink your eye and it's $. You're only thinking about your fast start, your margin charge, your global bonus, and your rank. No, don't think that. Think about the person, what he or she is going to achieve, that he is going to also hit bronze. He's going to get food supplement to his family and friends. He is also going to be able to have an extra source of income to transform his life and his family's life. That a time will come, your friend will also buy a car, build a house, all those things. That's what you have to also think about. That is the positive way of thinking and closing your prospect. It is very, very, very important. All right, good. There's so many things I want to say about closing, but building your max business, one very important thing I don't want you to miss, and I'm going to share that one with you. I hope we are all together. If you can see my slides, if I can see my slides, let me know, okay? If you can see my slides, type Wapito, then I can see you see my slides. All right, wonderful. Let me see. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now, good. Let's move. Let's go to some of the mistakes that some people make in their business. So if I'm talking about building your business to be successful, there's this thing that I need not let you miss, okay? Some of the mistakes that people make, making mistakes in business is normal. It's okay to make mistakes. But if you don't learn from your mistakes, that's where the problem is. Because some of you are very lucky. You join Max at the time that we have proven results. The time that some of us joined Max, nobody had bought car from the business. Nobody's earning 50,000 or 100,000. The highest someone was earning was about 30,000 or 28,000. Now it is proven that people can build a business, buy a car, travel around the world, all those things. Even I was lucky that I didn't join Max in the beginning. There was no proof. Nobody had made money. Nobody had made thousands. So I joined Max a year after. So I was fortunate that I had seen that some people are making money. If you are joining now, you are very fortunate that there's proof. You have an upline that is bronze, silver, gold, or platinum, or even diamond that can train you and have time for you. In the beginning, it was freestyle for everybody. Everybody was doing what they can do, making mistakes here and there, but it's also fine, all right? Good. Now, one of the very first mistakes that many people make is that they talk too much to a few friends. Very bad thing. I've done an in-depth training on this. You can go to the our YouTube channel, Max Pays Global, and search for deadly mistakes in network marketing, or go to the folder. It's a playlist called Max Mentorship Program. All the old trainings that we've been doing will be there, so you can access it. Okay, good. Talking too much to a few friends, it's a big problem. Don't talk too much to a few friends. The good thing is talk less to more people. All right, don't try to explain too many things. Now, many people don't succeed in their Max international business because they treat it as a 499 Ghana cedis business. If you treat it like you went to borrow 1,000 Ghana or 20,000 or 100,000 cedis, you wake up thinking about it. So treat it like a business you borrowed a lot of money to get started on. Now, don't prejudge. Many people make this mistake. They think that my brother will not sign, my uncle will not sign, my friends, brother, sisters, uncle will not sign. So they will not tell them about the business. They will not show them the product. Before you know it, all the family members are using the product and it is not through you because you prejudge. You didn't think your brother will use, your mother will use, or you didn't think your sister will join Max. That is how you need to treat it. Don't prejudge, okay? Very important. The other thing too is some people approach their contact list, the goal that they will sponsor everyone. They think that everybody should sign. So when some people don't sign, it frustrates them, it hurts them. Don't do that, okay? Like I said, unless you are Jesus Christ, some people will not sign. You don't talk to 12 people and they will all join you. The rule of 10, if you talk to 100 people, 10 of them will sign up. So if you talk to 10 people, 1 will sign, all right? That's how it is. Don't project negativity. No matter how bad things are, protest, this and that, just be hopeful, adjust, and then move on. It is very important because at Max International, as much as possible, we all try to help each other. The company is doing things to get things done so that we can all be successful. So let's project positivity and not negativity. If you have any bad news, send it to your upline. Good news, send it to your team members. Never send bad news to your team members. That is how to build your Max business. All right, good. Now, over promising, telling people it's too easy. The business is easy. It's easy peasy. Just join. Don't do anything, get paid. It is not DKM. It's not men's gold. It is not a cheap business. It is a business that you put in effort and you get results. That is how the business can stay. So you don't join Max, watch the business and get paid. Don't over promise people of the product that, oh, just take one pill, your stomach, belly will all be flat. Just take one pill, all your diseases will go. No, it is not a magic pill. Don't over promise people, but under promise and the product will over deliver. The business will over deliver. All right, good. The next thing too you have to notice in building your business is never neglect upline support. You see this business and everybody's on his own. You are on your own, but you are never alone. That's what you have to realize. You are never alone. If you need help, someone can help you. That doesn't mean that everybody is entitled to help you. People are entitled to do promo for you. People are entitled. No, nobody does anything for someone. We are all doing our thing. So if your upline does something for you, it is not his entitlement to give you promo, to do this and that. It's not entitlement for your upline to be doing call. No, everybody is doing what he can do. So if your upline does something to help you, fine. We are all doing what we can do. Don't be expecting too much. Also, don't try to neglect your upline support. Oh, I don't care about them. They should do what they are doing. If they are trying to help you, if they don't help you, then fine, you can neglect them. But if your upline is trying to provide intellectual support or any support, just give in. It is free. Someone is giving you support, is free. Don't neglect them. I have people who will say, oh, me, I don't need your support. I am professor, what. Just leave me alone. They'll go and make mistakes and 1 month, 2 months, bronze crown wedding. Some of them will make mistakes and even hit rank, and at the end of the day, we will not see them again. So don't neglect your upline support. All right, we are wrapping up. Some people too, they don't plug into the system. Calls like this, they will not join. We say WhatsApp training, they will not join. We say convention, they will not join. This and that, mentorship call, they will not join. They say go on Facebook and prosper, they will not do. Go on Instagram, connect to your team leaders, they will not do. Anything they will not do, and you expect to be successful. It's like going to school, maybe university. You don't go to lectures, you don't learn, you don't read your books, you don't go to library, nothing, and you expect to pass. It doesn't happen. It's like going to register in a gym. You pay the money, you don't go to the gym to do the exercise and lift the metals and do the workout. No results. That's exactly what happens here at Max International. If you don't plug yourself into the system, you don't know what is happening. Be on the WhatsApp group. If they say there's a link, click it, learn. It's very, very important. All right. Saying this, I want all of us to try and get connected to our YouTube channel on the channel on YouTube, Max Space Global. Also, Max Space Global on Instagram. We post news and updates, all those things. And also, there's a Facebook private group called Max Space Global. You can request to join, and then Max Space Global also on Telegram. Then you'll be able to have access to all the information we've been sharing, the news updates, so that selfless leaders who have things to share with you will be able to get those details to you. It's free to get all these trainings here at Max International. Elsewhere, some people don't get it. It's surprising that some people come from other companies, other network marketing companies to join our call to learn so that they can also go and train their team members. But it's sad that some of us here at Max International, we don't value some of these things, we don't use them. Next thing too is lack of focus. Some people will not succeed in the business because they lack focus. They don't focus on what they are doing. Today they are looking into another company, this one and that, this one. Before you know, they are doing multiple companies and it's hurt their business. Trying to reinvent the wheel. We say we prospect like this. You need to write your list in a book. You need to do that. You say, no, media, I am brilliant. I have 4-point-something GPA. So I can keep all my lists in my head. See, all these things don't happen. This business has been tried and tested. People have made mistakes before. So try and get to do what works. Overcopying. Some people learn too much of what doesn't work. Some people will be doing the business in a way that you think it's successful for them, but they are making mistakes. Some people will be copying it and it will hurt them. So always learn from your leaders who are doing the right thing. Some people too, small money they earn, they become proud and they have huge ego. Small money, they hit bronze, silver, gold, platinum, or even diamond or crown, and they will have ego. They will not respect people. They don't talk well. Don't let that thing happen to you, and you will be very successful here at Max International. I keep saying the more money you make, the more humble you should become. Don't be bossy and authoritative on your people, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to do that. Also, expect negative people. Negative people will always be there. People will distract you. People tell you what you're doing doesn't work. All those things. It's fine. Understand that that's how human nature is. When you're going to school, people are failing, people are being sacked, all those people are happening, but some people believe that the school can pass them, they go through, they learn, and they pass out of the school with flying colors. So if you want something to change in this your Max International business, you need to find a price and pay the price. The price is being dedicating your time, avoiding some of these mistakes, and you will be very successful. I hope my training has been very fruitful, and I hope you've had some serious nuggets from it. I know it has taken some time, but I was talking a little bit fast so that we can wrap it up for you. But that is how to build your Max International business. If you stayed in through the beginning to now, I know you've had a lot of knowledge and value, and you are going to grab your Max International business. You're going to fly with it. So that is how to build your business. We'll come to your way with more trainings, and stay tuned, connect with your leaders, and big things are happening this month. Don't forget that the dollar promo is also on, and some few announcements that Boss Obed will be delivering before we end the show today. So guys, thank you so much. And I know we will not have time for questions and answers, but if you are doing night school, you can come with your questions and answers. And if it's Max Mentorship Call Monday too, you can come with your questions and answers. So then I'll see you all. I love you all. Bye for now. Yeah, one more thing. So we have our convention. The details will be communicated on all the WhatsApp groups. If you don't want to miss all this information, there's a Telegram. We have a Telegram page called Max Pays Global. You can look for it and go and join, and you have fun. God bless you. Boss Obed, hand to head. I salute. Please take over.
Thank you so much. Diamond leader, William GYIMAH Wapmaster, Otidola Senior. We really appreciate your time and deep content you've really shared with us. Boss Melchisedek, if you are online, you can hear me, please share with us something very brief before we end tonight's call. So kindly unmute yourself and wrap up.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm humbled to be given the opportunity despite the technical challenges or the technical hitches. I believe you can all hear my voice. A lot has been said. Our Diamante has added so much nuggets, and I just want to touch on something simple just to wrap it up. Just as he mentioned, you know, with all that I jotted down, I had that in mind to say that in this business, you are on your own, but you are never alone. You are on your own, but never alone. Take note of that. Most of the times I always say that we didn't come this far to only come this far. I don't say that for saying sake. Anyone who know me for that quote, that we didn't come this far to only come this far. And there is this amazing book that I have been reading. If you can see from the screen, it says Business Secrets from the Bible. I hope you can all see Business Secret from the Bible. And on the secret number 12, you can see that I've circled it there. I don't know if you can see. And the topic is your authentic identity requires other people. I hope you can hear me. Your authentic identity requires other people. I believe that rings a bell when it comes to third-party credibility. So you have joined a business. I always say that people don't just join Max International. People don't join company. People join people. People join people. And that is why there is a need for what? Third-party credibility. So if you think that you have all the tools, you have everything, and you don't want to talk to anybody, you don't want to listen to anybody, trust me, you are on your way to some pothole. You are just going to flop. So just to add up to the training or the nugget we've had today, please, you can get a book. You can get this book. There is a lot of nuggets in it that you would really appreciate. You get it? Most time we talk to people, we tell them about the amazing trainings we have here. But then if you scroll through, as the training is ongoing, if you scroll through, then you check, you realize that someone is listening. But then the video, the person is on video and the camera is just showing the fun in your room. We are talking about credibility. You get it? Sometimes being on this call, taking a screenshot of the participants, it serves as a credibility. You don't know. It's not always that you have to be calling your upline, or you get it. You have been talking to this person that there is amazing trainings we do, but then you have nothing to show. Or when it comes to training, you want to let your upline or the team leader to tell the person we do training. Yes, you are on the call. You spent more than an hour. And what do you have to show? That this is a credible training we did. Take a screenshot. Let people know that this is what we do. This is the value we have here. Those who know me know my story. And trust me, most of the developments I've had came from this business. So that is a caution that if you are on a call on a training like this, try to take a screenshot. If your background is not nice and you think that it will be a challenge being on video, you can get a nice picture of yourself. So that when you take a screenshot, you let people know that, oh, okay, when we are learning, you are also there. I hope you understand that. So on that note, just remember that we didn't come this far to only come this far. This is October Bonanza. My name is 𝐇𝐄𝐋𝐋𝐎, and see you on the other side. Thank you so much, Boss Obed, and all the amazing leaders that presented this evening. Boss Obed, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, it seems we've lost Boss Obed. He'll be back shortly. So, Boss Melchisedek, thank you very much. We're having some technical hitches with your line, and really you've shared a very great nugget, and we are very, very proud.
It hasn't been easy, but I just had to. And thank you so much for stepping in. I really appreciate it.
All right. Boss Desire, in 30 seconds, please wrap up and give us your closing remarks, if you can hear me, in 30 seconds.
Okay, in 30 seconds, what I can say is that a whole lot of things have been shared, and all that we need, a lot of people, or we join previous training course, and then recently, after we end the course, that is it, we don't practice then. So if you spend hours to be on this, whatever has been taught or has been shared, please make it a point to just put one thing that prayer, the wish that you have to it will always and then see us.
All right. Thank you very much, Boss Christopher Owusu Desire, a gold loading associate, all the way from Port Harcourt in Nigeria. Bosses and boss ladies, what else can we say again? I want to use this opportunity to thank every person on this call. I really salute you. We love you so much, and we are proud of the commitment you've made to tune in from any part of this global village where we live. And I must admit, we believe that you have really gotten enough content And this content wouldn't just be written down within your diary or in your diary, but we are going to apply it right away so that we can make October Bonanza a month to indeed be celebrated. September, to be remembered, was a blast. This month is going to be super. Make sure you are part of those who are going to be celebrated as we almost, and now we have products, all the products within Ghana. And so this is enough boost for us in our Max business. Bosses and boss ladies, time indeed has been spent, and we want to thank you once again for your time. I also want to give a special mention and shout out to all the speakers on the call, from Boss Lady Vera, Boss Martin, Dangmaa. We also have that of Mr. Martin Amofa, Melchisedek, Owusu Secretary, and then our Diamante General, Wapmaster, and to my own self, Obed, Baah, orator, tuning or hosting this call all the way from Sunyane, Bono, Capital. Next week, God willing, we'll be coming your way with another power-packed edition of Max Legacy Team Training Call. And we want to remind you to still tell some of your team members who couldn't join the call that next week is going to be another powerful and a packed edition. A lot has been said. Thank you so much for your time. A special mention to also Wisdom Abuache and other leaders, including Chairman General. Thank you very much, boss. We love you so much. We appreciate you. And we wish you all the best in the month of October. Till then, see you next week, God willing. We love you all. Bye-bye. Good night.